Hello once again, my faithful viewers, and welcome to the Toxic Broadcast. Today, I'm going to be doing something slightly different from the usual gaming video. I sort of figured that I would try something different, take a break from the general sort of gaming bit, and do something a tad more practical. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own website in Html5. Now, I'm not going to show you how to host your own website or anything like that, because for that you would need a service like Wix or Fadi or something of the sort. But I'm going to show you purely the coding aspect. I'm sure you've probably heard this a million times before, but coding is definitely a skill that pretty much everyone should learn, even if they don't feel like it's something they want to do with their life, because it implores a type of thinking that you don't use in your general daily life. However, having that form of thinking really changes how you view the world, and it just really helps with problem solving and general things like that. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, you want to start every single website you make with this tag, HTML. Really simple, right? Basically, anything with two brackets on either side is called a tag. And what these tags do is tell the computer what sort of formatting or basically what we're trying to create. And what the HTML tag does is it tells the computer that we're going to be using the HTML scripting language or coding language to create a website. You then want to follow up that HTML tag with another tag called head. I will explain the significance of the head tag later, but for now let's just move right along. Then you want to create the title tag. What the title tag does is, in most browsers, if you would please look up from the YouTube video to the tab where it probably says the name of the website, not the address, basically that's what this is. So I will simply type HTML5 coding tutorial. Now when I finalize the website, this will show up in the tab box. And next, what you want to do after that is, we have our title tag here, but it's currently open. What you do when you type this is it's called opening the tag. So now you have to close the tag. You want to do this after pretty much everything you do. So let's go /title. This means that you're done typing the title. Your title is now set, and you can move on without putting the whole website in the tab box. Obviously that would not work, so let's move on to the next part. The title is generally the only thing that goes in the head, so we can close the head right away. After the head, we need to start our body. You can think of this like the body paragraph of a essay or something, or you can just think of it as the body of the website. This is the main core of the website. A general trick that you want to do when you're creating a website, but you don't necessarily need to do, is hit enter a couple of times and then type /body to close the body and /HTML to close the HTML. And the reason for doing this is you don't really need to for Windows or whatever you're using to understand it, but it's just a general good habit because you should really close every tag you open. Now in here we can start our website. Let's start with the most basic form, which is the paragraph. Now the paragraph is a simple P in brackets, and what the paragraph does is, well, it just creates a paragraph. It will indent the first line and format it just like a basic paragraph. And you don't actually need the paragraph tag unless you are going to change some of the formatting of the paragraph, such as the text and other things like that, but we will get into that later. Now, with this paragraph, you can type whatever you want, like, let's just say, in risk of being cheesy, I'm going to type, I'm learning to use Html5, and then I will close the paragraph. One amazing feature of web designing in HTML is you can actually see your website start to take shape long before the final product comes out, unlike the other forms of coding. So let me show you how to view what you currently have here. To view your website, you are going to need to open Save As or just Control S or anything like that, and then name your website. I'm just going to name this tutorial, and then this part is incredibly important. You just want to go .html. Make sure this is all that is listed in this box. Make sure that there is nothing else like .text or anything like that. And then you simply click save. After you have saved it, you just want to open it up in whatever folder you put it in, and then open up Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or just your web browser. And this works with most web browsers, but not all of them. You want to click and drag into it, and there you go. Please note that when you are editing the HTML file, you have to save, and then in order to view the changes in the web browser, if you had the document open in your web browser, you have to refresh in order to see the changes. So just bear that in mind as we go along. The next basic tag that we are going to learn about is one I wish I had learned about much earlier on than I did, and that is the break. Basically, you make a tag with a BR inside of it, and what the break does is it will go down a line. So we will have our paragraph, then a space, then whatever else, and that's just a very useful tag to know if you want to space things out on your website. Next, after the break, is the horizontal rule. And what the horizontal rule is a flat line that will go across your document. I almost forgot to mention, you do not need to close the break tag or the horizontal rule tag, as they are objects, not like text or anything like that. That doesn't apply for all objects, just most things like breaks and lines and other things like that. Next we have the lists. There are two different types of lists. There are the unordered lists and the ordered lists. Unordered lists are just bullets, and ordered lists are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Or I think you can also do A, B, C, D, but I'm not, and so on and so forth. But I'm not entirely sure about that. How you create an unordered list is simply UL. Not UK, UL. There we go. And after you create this UL, you have to create a list information tag. And to do that, you just go li. After this li, you type whatever you want, like HTML is fun, and then you close the li. And then you can create a new one to create a new entry in the list. And type I am making a list. I am being really unimaginative with what I'm writing here, but you get the general idea. And after you have all your list information tags written out and all your information in the list, then you close the unordered list. And as you can see here, we now have our I'm learning to use HTML5, our break, our horizontal rule, and our unordered list. In order to make a ordered list, it's exactly the same thing, except you use OL for ordered list instead of UL for unordered list. And you just make your list information tags .li, and then you close the ordered list. Finally, what I will be doing today is the heading tag, and actually I will put this above the paragraph tag just because I think it will make more sense there. And the heading tag, or H tags, are simply made with an H and then a number. H1 is the largest, making a sort of title size, and the larger the number, the smaller the text. And if I simply type practice here, and then close the H1, then I can view that on my page. Now, as you can see here, it says practice in big bold letters. That's very useful for titles and different things like that. Well, this has been the first part of the HTML5 coding tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and all that. And next time we will be covering the formatting of objects, and we will be covering a couple other different tags.